are so many people who want to do marketing, but how to go about it. He has actually used the right way. How he has used, what is his journey, what he's facing the problem, and come up with this product.
Did my bachelor's of computer science there. So worked in call center. Then Google Office started. So I was in the first set of batch.
When the Google started, you were the first batch.
Then I moved to Mountain View, our head office, Google head office.
How long you been in US?
9 years.
But why came back? What was the turning point?
It sounds, people will not understand, but there is certain emotional aspect also when you are starting a company. This generation of startups, Gen AI and AI is a thing that is, I'm like, okay, this if I don't pick it, this is a gold rush.
People always get criticisms from the family. Oh, why you left the job, or why you invested so much. How you go through that and how you came out?
My career is built up in a Google kind of a culture. In US, you fail to learn and you fail fast to learn fast to apply.
The company name is Rava. Why? What's the meaning?
Rava in Sanskrit, it means inner voice. Even your product needs a voice. For it to go into the market. Software employees, why do they get paid a lot?
Yeah.
Software employees or software engineers, they are talking to the computer in computer's language.
Okay.
And then enabling people to do the job.
Suppose if I have one idea, okay, I wanted to start this business, where we need to go, what I need to do, what kind of investments, everything will be in 2 minutes.
In 2 minutes. In 2 minutes you get a PDF.
I think Maggie noodle.
In startup world, there's something called product market fit. Whatever product you're making, and there's a market for it, and if there is a fit for it, you don't have to worry.
There's so many good ideas get dropped because, oh my God, if we get failed, how are we going to survive?
Startups at a point are also, it's an emotional journey for the startup founder. And when me and my co-founder, when we talk about like, hey, it's not just about the money part, there's an impact also that you create. Right?
So I just want you to end up by telling me the 3 important points that you're focused and you'll be different and one should come and collaborate it with you.
Think that GPT is going to solve the problem of marketing. GPT can do a great job on write a blog post, but it doesn't know about you.
Welcome to my show, Trendsetters. Well, again, something interesting I have brought for you. Artificial intelligence, like it's been trending topic, viral topic. Well, you can use it for marketing also. You can use it for other various things. But there is a creator again who's going to help you out. And you will say thanks for this interview, I know, because there are so many people who want to do marketing, but how to go about it. He has actually used the right way. How he has used, what is his journey, what he's facing the problem, and come up with this product. Well, he's in T-Hub, and let me welcome you, sir. I mean, thank you so much for giving your time. So I just want you to, if you give a small intro about yourself, about your background, and just we can brief it. We will just get to know about you, no?
For sure.
Yeah.
Thanks, Neha. Thanks for inviting me into this. I really enjoyed a couple of your podcasts.
Okay, thank you.
I really loved them. A quick introduction about me. So my name is Kiran Babu. So I've born and brought up in Andhra Pradesh, a city called Kurnool, which is the first capital of Andhra Pradesh. Studied in Kurnool, did my bachelor's of computer science there. Then came to Hyderabad to write my CAT entrance examination. So didn't do that well. So attempted multiple times, didn't get. So I had to came into a job. So worked in call center for like 4-5 years. Then Google Office started. So I was in the first set of batch of people.
When the Google started, you were the first batch?
In the first batch.
Okay. So in Hyderabad when the Google...
In Hyderabad.
Okay.
So like what, 79th or 80th employee kind of a thing.
Okay.
It did have a campus. So we were somewhere else.
Great.
So from there, stuck up, was there in operations, did a lot of work in operations, trying to help customers kind of a thing. Then I moved to Mountain View, our head office, Google head office. So was working on product management and strategy and operations kind of a thing. led good amount of operations aspects of multiple products that you're using currently.
Yeah.
I had a very good exposure and experience when you start working with a company like Google.
Yeah.
Wherever you go.
And was it always a dream?
Absolutely, absolutely. No doubts about it. No
That
doubts
time,
about it.
there was a pressure. Oh, my boy or my family person is working in a Google, Microsoft,
Yeah,
status
absolutely.
symbol.
Yeah, it is. You should talk to
And
my
girls also look for that also.
Absolutely. And you should talk to my mom.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, my
Nirmita.
son is working in
Absolutely.
this, yeah.
But once you get exposed to that level of
Yeah.
talent and see that level of innovation, that bug gets into you. That
Yeah.
hey, can I create something on my? It was there with me before also before I went from here. But there it kind of accelerated because you see things moving much faster. Technology was moving, internet was moving, mobile was moving.
Yeah.
This was like 20 years back.
There was just a baby
Exactly.
getting to deliver.
Exactly. And luckily I was also growing well. And then the bug came, hey, we need to start something. So options were, do I start something in US or should I come back to India and do it? Of course, coming
How
back.
long you been in US?
9 years.
9 years. And you were working there in
Yes.
Google company?
Yes, in Google company.
Earning good money, right?
Oh yeah.
When it comes,
Absolutely. Hey, yeah. When
good
you work for that amount of
package,
time.
comfortable life,
Correct.
that
Good.
always people dream of.
Hey, that's the top world's first company, world's best
Yeah,
company to
yeah.
work for, right? And there's a reason why it is world's best. They take care of you well. They give you opportunities.
Yeah.
And of course, they pay you well also.
Yeah.
You
So
get
9
good-
years you were in
Yes,
US.
yes.
Okay.
Worked there, and then came back.
But why came back? What was the turning point?
Two, three things. It sounds people will not understand, but there is certain emotional aspect also when you are starting a company. That is your baby. So you want to ensure that you're doing it in a right place for a right particular reasons because you are earning good amount of money. It's like it's a huge risk that you're taking when you're coming out, and that risk should have that much of a reward, not just on a monetary point of view, but also from an impact point of view. That was one reason. Okay, there I would be like a very small fish in a very big pond.
Okay.
Now, when you come here, you're a big fish in a small pond. If you choose the industry, whatever industry you
Good
choose,
one.
right? So that's where it all came back, and luckily at that time, this is what I was telling my ex-boss when I was leaving Google. Like, hey, I'm still young. I don't have health issues. My parents are healthy.
And
I don't
getting
have
good
bank
money.
loans. I don't have any bank loans. I'm not married yet. So all these things worked out for me. If I don't do it now, any of these one variables get wonky here
Yeah.
and there. You can't make that choice.
True.
And I would regret. So then took the leap, came out. And then of course India is India. The realities are very different here versus when you're sitting there and seeing a country
Yeah.
and trying to do something versus you're coming here. It's a different story altogether. Started my first edtech company, so went into competitive exams. So I was we're trying to build an analytical platform that helps JEE aspirants and NEET aspirants to really understand the performance. Did good, but couldn't do great because it was all a founder-led sale. So we did a great product. Of course, when you work for a company like Google, you know how to build a product.
Yes.
It's not that difficult. But what I did not realize is, hey, building is not the only thing. There's a selling as a separate thing, which I couldn't crack that much. So whatever I could sell, I could get the money.
So from there you got this point that selling and branding is more
That-
promotion part.
That's why I'm teasing it out to my current
हाँ,
company.
the graph promotion.
Right?
हल्ला
So,
ज़्यादा करना ज़रूरी है.
वो भी ज़रूरत है ना,
Yeah,
because
that's
you're
true.
not the only, see, supply and demand mismatch
That's
when
true.
it is there, when there's too much of supply and there's a demand is less, you got to get your attention to them.
True,
right?
true.
I didn't realize it because I was too busy in building the product.
Yeah.
So worked out but didn't do greatly. It was not exciting me anymore. And luckily, good thing, bad thing, COVID happened. And that was the time I had to relook at stuff and say, hey, is this what I want to do for the next 5 years?
I think that was your dropping point.
Yes, it kind of pushed to make the hard decisions.
Okay.
And luckily the Gen AI wave also started kicking in at that time. So, see, entrepreneurs, we're all horizon thinkers. We have a passion, but we want a tailwind that is pushing some things. So the e-commerce came because internet came, and the mobile kind of a technology came. Software came because internet came. So like that, for us, for this generation of startups, Gen AI and AI is a thing that is. I was like, okay, if I don't pick it, this is a gold rush, and I want to solve it.
But I wanted to get into that point when you were going through a down.
Yeah.
People always get criticisms from the family. Oh, why you left the job, or why you invested so much. How you go through that and how you came out. That's the journey is more.
It's not easy.
Pushing that journey is a big victory, actually.
Oh yes, it's not easy, but see, this, it's not the family per se, it's a societal pressure that the family goes through.
Yeah.
Because here, startup failure is a people failure. It's not a company failure.
Yeah.
So for us, it's like an experiment. The culture that I am, at least my career is built up in like in a Google kind of a culture. In US, it's not, you fail to learn and you fail fast to learn fast to apply.
Yes.
But here you don't get that kind of a cycles.
True.
Right?
Dealing of failures is not right in India.
It's not, and it's an ecosystem thing as well. But luckily, at least for me, my family was my rock solid support.
That's
for me,
good.
That was no doubts about it. If they were not supporting, I wouldn't have even doing what I'm doing from that point. But unfortunate or fortunate, the pressure from their society comes and kicks them.
Yes.
And they ensured that they did a very good job in guarding that.
Yes.
We believe in you, just
I
go.
think all the businessmen or the big stories go through their background
Has to.
only.
Or
They
else-
have to push and come out.
Or else the plot doesn't thicken.
Yes.
The story में plot नहीं होता. There should be a conflict, no?
Yes,
So
true.
this is the so most of the time we think that the conflict is in making it successful. No, the conflict is in handling your personal life, balancing your personal life while you're trying to do something new in your 8 hours. Because everybody is used to comfortable lives, right? The moment you're a software, your beginning salary is equal to your dad's current salary.
Yeah. Starting
Salary, right? There's a very big delta there from a time gap, and it kind of disrupts.
Yeah, true.
But now it's changing. Definitely it's changing because there are examples now, right? There's unicorns that are happening. And of course, in a bad way also, there are bad examples also that's taking high risk and high reward and messing the whole culture and the setup. But now it is at least being appreciated that, hey, at least they know. They know that, hey, if it does well, it does well.
Yes.
And these guys are not doing it just for money, they're doing it for passion.
Yes.
So what I love about that in the next gen, the current generation of startup, when I say current generation, it's just because I've been 10 years in the startup. It's my second startup. So when I look at a young kid who's just starting, I'm super happy that culturally also there is an alignment where it's okay, take your 2-3 years, do it and come back. Second, technology and all is also working out well. India economy as an economy is doing well. Consumers in India as an economy are spending way more money than what they could. So it's a good ecosystem to build something and solve the problem. So that's how it all happened. Now, the second startup that I wanted to start, like, hey, what do I solve now? We're all problem solvers. Entrepreneurship is not about building a product and taking the bets. It's about solving a problem. And you should be deeply connected to that. Because that is the only thing that gives you the drive to show up every day. You need to show up every day. Doesn't matter. Every day we know something or the other is going to happen.
Yeah.
We don't know what it is, but we know something is going to happen. But you have to show up. So luckily for me, it was like, okay, I just did my introspection. Why did I fail in my previous company?
Learning experience.
It's not because I didn't build well. I couldn't sell well.
Then
I said, 95% of startups fail in like 5 years. 5 years, 95% of startups fail. So now one of the reasons is they're not able to sell. They have a product, they couldn't sell. So I said, okay, wait, this is the problem that I want. The next Kiran should not face this. So that's how Raava as a thing got into a concept.
I want Rava. The company name is Rava. Why? What's the meaning?
Rava in Sanskrit, it means inner voice. So for us in Rava, everybody has an inner voice. Everybody has a voice. But by the time it comes out, you don't communicate the way it should be communicated. That's why the influence doesn't happen as much as it should. And Rava for us is like, hey, even your product needs a voice for it to go into the market. Can I help you while you're busy building the product? Can Rava help you in messaging the product to the world, in taking the voice to the world, so at least the other side of consumers listen to you?
True.
So that's what Rava.
But do you think artificial intelligence is putting their hands everywhere? How you see the future?
So, okay, I love reading history and economics and history as well. I really love reading those things. See, it looks like a big thing. It is a big thing, of course, when you look at in a 5-year time span. But horizon, if you extend the horizon, okay, these kind of revolutions happened before also. Hey, electricity was a revolution when it started. Steam engine was a revolution when industrialization started. Internet was a revolution when it started. This is also one of the other revolutions. But the biggest change between this and before is Industrial revolution started in Britain and it got mastered in Britain and then it spread across in a century to the whole world. Internet started somewhere in US and slowly it spread across. LLM, it's like a one shot on November 23rd, 2022, GPT, it carpet bombed the whole world. So everybody got exposed to a phenomenal capability at the same time. That is why you're seeing that everybody is able to find a use case to see the magic, right? That is why it's feeling, that's why you feel that it's touching every place. No, it is not touching everything. Everybody is using it to touch in their own worlds. So a writer is want to write in a better way. A screenplayer who's writing a screenplay is writing it. An entrepreneur wants to put his own marketing pitch kind of a thing, right? So this is like an electricity again. So electricity is a general purpose. Electricity as it is doesn't sell. It's the appliance that you use that sells. Think of the way you think of AI right now is like an electricity or like a petrol.
Oh yeah.
Petrol doesn't move. So now what we are trying to build is like, hey, Airbnb, the founder, Brian Chesky, he uses a very interesting metaphor for the AI and LLM. He says now AI and LLMs are all large language models, with GPTs one, are like highways. So they just gave us the highway. Now we as entrepreneurs are just building cars or lorries or machines to take
them,
people from here to there. I'm choosing marketing as a problem. Somebody else may choose coding as a problem. Somebody else may choose a content generation as a problem. But it is enabling us across.
Yes.
And which is phenomenal. See, what people are thinking it as a job loss from a parameter. No, it also unleashes you to do more things.
More things, okay.
Yeah, and that is important, right? See, I was reading this in a book yesterday. Software employees, why do they get paid a lot?
Yeah.
To really understand why do they get paid. Because software employees or software engineers, they are helping people to talk. They are talking to the computer in computer's language, and then enabling people to do the job. So it's a computer.
Yeah.
You can't talk to it directly.
Yeah.
It needs in its own language. So now software employees came in between, and they understood what you want, and they programmed it, and they gave you a input button. So you that is why their value is extremely high, not because of what they have done, it's because of you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Now LLMs,
you can speak to the computer.
Now it entirely flipped. So now you speak in your language, it will try to understand your language and generate. So what happened there? Then I'm not limited or blocked by developers to build what I want to build. Now you can say, I'm trying to build this website with this particular color and with this particular genre and this particular thing in your own language, and it is created. Then 1,000 flowers will bloom.
True. So how it's working? What's your model or strategies?
Sure.
If we talk about the marketing using for artificial intelligence, how long have you been started like
so
this?
This is my 9th month.
9th month. How it's going?
So far very good. I'll give you some numbers. So we are still in stealth mode. We started launching from last month the product. We have around 82 companies who are waiting.
Okay.
They're in our wait list, saying that, hey, when are you going to give us?
And then you'll market us.
when are you going to enable us? And we are kind of saying that, wait, what we have built is becoming way bigger than what we thought.
Okay.
We need to look at this thing because we thought it would do this, it will solve this problem. But it is solving an entirely bigger problem. Then a bit of adjustments here and there will help you guys solve in a very bigger way. But now, that is a very good problem to have, by the way. When people are asking you, give me your product, that is a very good high.
Motivation also.
Good motivation. So what we are trying to do is like we selected a set of 6 or 7 companies and make it as our first cohort. And we are working with them together to build the product together. So what we do is like for any company, so they can just come with an
idea.
With
any background.
Any background, doesn't matter. Or even if you don't have a product, if you have an idea.
That also you can sell.
You just put an idea in our product. In 2 minutes, we will give you an 18-page business analysis about that idea.
How it's gonna work?
Will it work? Will it not work? Who should be your ideal customer? What are the channels that your ideal? So basically, that is what a human should do once they market research.
They do Reiki and all that
Reiki and
stuff.
all. No? Now, LLMs, large language models with Rava's power, we are doing it for them instantly. What does that mean? I compress the time of research and validation from a month to 2 minutes. That means I can validate more ideas.
So suppose if I have one idea, okay, I wanted to start this business.
Sure. It will critique you.
Where we need to go,
Correct.
what I need
Correct.
to do, what kind of investments,
Absolutely.
everything will be in 2 minutes.
In 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, you get a PDF.
I think Maggie noodle.
you get a PDF to literally say. So if you go to a consultant,
And you'll get a clarity also whether should I go it or not.
That is the whole point. See, the whole point is not to execute what we have given. The whole point is for you to think that, hey, is this the valid thing?
I'm thinking and
You're
going
thinking, and if you don't like it, next move on. See, because 2 minutes is your cost, no?
Yeah.
So you don't have to go out to figure it out. You can self-figure it out and then you tune it. So we are like a co-pilot. We're not a pilot.
Yeah,
We're a co-pilot. Most of the companies, the mistake that they're trying to do in this AI world is like, they're trying to become the pilot. Hey, आप बैठो मैं करूँगा आपके लिए. That is the problem. We cannot do your job. We will enable you to do the job. When you start playing that partnership, you are on the driving seat. I'm just enabling it.
Okay.
So it is still your idea. Okay, I'm just giving you a different lens. So that is planning. Then we give you a proper content marketing strategy, another 25 page. This is proper practical. Basically, hey, you directly go to Facebook. If this idea is more of a business idea, then B2B, then it is LinkedIn is your channel. So we directly tell you, hey, LinkedIn, these 5 posts, just copy paste and put it. So your uptime is in minutes.
Oh.
You don't have to wait for a long time.
Long time.
And then you can start iterating. How many impressions did they get? So what we're trying to do is we're compressing that time and we are becoming that virtual chief marketing officer that person cannot afford and does not know how to do. So we are trying to play that role. And what it does is like at the end of the day, see what we humans, at times the problem is not in the solution, the problem is in the question. If you don't ask the right question, you don't get the right answer. And when you're in a startup, there are too many unknowns. You don't know what you don't know. So where we are very passionate about is at this stage, when they are still at an idea stage, hey, these are all the 7 other angles that you need to look.
So you're giving a consultancy also in 2 minutes?
Exactly. So
marketing also. What about the digital part? There are so many, we are seeing, digital creators, they are just coming like this and there is a big boom happening.
So these are all there are spray and pray way of doing things. You just spray something and you pray. People will come. That is, the world is doing in that way. But marketing is a very methodical and a structured workflow. So you have to figure out what is the problem that you're trying to solve. Who are you trying to solve it? Where are these people? You need to understand where these people are. And then go and do your dance there about your products. It's a marketplace. Yeah. LinkedIn is a marketplace. Facebook is a marketplace for sellers who are selling something to you. You can't just go post a post and say people will come. You have to post a post in such, if you're targeting Neha, you have to understand about Neha a bit more and you have to personalize the post that you're posting so that it connects to Neha, then it's all about myself, me, myself.
Yes.
Only then at least Neha will stare at you. It's not that she's going to buy your product. But that staring, slowly, the more you keep on doing it, it converts to a
True.
So there's a planning aspect that we help. So that's your strategy. There is your content creation. The aspect where we help you create content digitally. Content also. So, and then we help you automate this process of creating content. I'm happy to give examples, but I'm just giving you the framework. Why am I saying it's a methodical thing is, the Kiran who was working in previous company, he didn't know that for you to get revenues, there's you need to build product, you need to sell product, you need to deliver product. So I was only focusing on building and delivering. And I was not focusing on selling. So this time I'm very methodical. Hey, building is one, but even in selling...
Same is happened in YouTube channels, digitally. You create a lot of content, but it has to push by all the engineers, like, the experts.
Right, exactly.
So that work has done by artificial
intelligence.
So YouTube people will be benefited or anybody like...
Anybody who has created... See, when I said Raava is a voice...
How they need to get connected, like,
It's all... there's something called PLG, product-led growth based company. So it's as good as like you come, you yourself can create all the pieces. You don't need us to help you.
Okay.
So like when you have a Gmail, you never called Gmail call center to say your product is working or not.
Yeah.
But it's a big product. Billion people are using it.
Yeah.
So we are building a product in such a way that we are taking so much extra care in the UI UX aspect of it, where a layman, a very regular
Person.
common man can also go through the whole steps where they should. Most of the time, it's the fear of not knowing what marketing is that is a problem.
Yes.
Marketing is not that difficult if you get to the first principles.
No, in every company, marketing.
They make it.
The team is there. There is always a segment, marketing department.
But that is why not many people are venturing into these things, right? Now, what people like us, we're simplifying it for you.
Okay.
And we're leveraging AI to make it friendlier to you, where we do the heavy work, heavy lifting, and you just come and follow the steps. So you create the content, we automate it for you. So you give your idea once, and we will do all the
So basically, when all the companies, they always have a marketing department. They'll go and get the revenue, salaries wahi se aayega. So I mean, instead of hiring people, they give you the project. This is our company.
And
you do the marketing. We want the revenue.
Absolutely. And we
so
do
there
it
will
in
be a
one
coordination. What you wanted as a content or how you something. What kind of coordination goes?
So the way again, let's understand the industry structure, so it becomes easy for you to fit it. So yes, as you said, a company has a marketing department.
Yeah.
And why did it become a separate department? Is because builders we are building and we are not creative. We need somebody to come and do the creativity part. And that is a separate organization. And I can't afford a lot of marketing teams. That's why I put a small amount of budget and I want them to help me get the. But, so this is the same programmer problem that I told. So now everything was in the creators because these guys didn't have creativity. But not every company can afford a marketing team. Think about it. So
mostly they'll have it because
I'm talking about startups and mid-sized companies, right?
Smaller.
So when you look at
they have to do everything.
Exactly. This building. So there are around 350 or 400 companies. I'm very confident that 90% of the companies don't have a marketing person yet.
Professional.
That because they're busy building it, the first premise, right? What they do, they outsource it to a digital marketing agency because that's the maximum that they can do. Because the industry is structured that way, hey, you give me 40,000 rupees, I will do two blog posts, 2 media posts.
Like agency do it for the print
agency
people
do it, right?
And they
Correct.
have.
Now what we are doing is we are disrupting the agency model. And then putting it in a box here, where agency comes and says that we will do 2 blog posts per month. Now here it's a computer, it's a more smarter computer which understood you more. You do it every day in real time.
Okay. So it will able to take the pressure of deadlines and the kind of targets.
Yes, because see now unlimited, right? Like agency has a bandwidth issues. Here here you have creativity issues. Now you just need to ask it as it's unlimited. You can ask as many times as possible. So for me, the bigger problem or the goal that I'm trying to solve is it's not about the planning. It's not about even the content creation because slowly it's going to get commoditized as models become very. It is how do I make hyper personalized whatever I do. So right now what is happening is if I am selling something, I create a marketing brief and I blast it to everybody. But that is the old school model. Now the world has changed. If you open your Netflix and I open my Netflix, both Netflixes are very different. The playlist that you have, the recommendation that you have. So you have your own Netflix and I have my own Netflix. Why? Because personalization has kicked in. So then you're going in your own journey, I'm going in my own journey, right? Same thing, now when I'm selling something to you and to him, I cannot sell the same message. You have a certain emotion that you connect to. He has a certain emotion that he can connect. What I want Raava to help is like, okay, agency's model anyways is going to get disrupted. If I don't do it, somebody else will do it. I'm fine doing it and taking that market share. But I'm more excited about how do I, at scale, how do I create personalized messages? The product is the same, but the way I'm sending an email to you versus somebody else should be radically different.
But you'll be focusing more of the corporate companies and different companies.
Right now,
because what I've been in touch with other people, also startups at artificial intelligence. They're helping students to get the right university, getting students who are from other cities where they don't know how to get into the big companies, or that's the other aspect. I think you will be working more of the corporate companies, or
we will be, so again, in startups.
More of the startups, this kind, yeah.
So for us as startups, now I'm talking from a startup point of view, we want to conquer the whole world. That's the mistake that we do. In the initial phases, you need to take a niche. You need to figure out, hey, this is the niche, this is the set of cohort, this is the set of group of people that I'm going to target audience, that I'm going to be so focused and solve to them. After that, I'll explain.
Who's your target audience
For
right
me,
now?
Small and medium-sized businesses.
Any kind of background.
Any kind of a background doesn't matter. Anywhere it doesn't matter. I should be able to help you guys.
Let's talk on figure, like what kind of investment it will be, and you can make it to that point. That will be interesting for people to know.
You mean from a company's perspective?
Or money point, finance-wise, like a company with this much of money.
Sure.
They wanted to grow in this much.
How, revenue. So
revenue-wise.
Revenue-wise. So the moment you say I'm going to put this much money, I'm going to get that much money. That is business.
Okay.
Marketing doesn't follow that. You put this, you get that, right?
Getting the revenue or making the company grow.
It is about, so what we call it as a pipeline or a funnel.
Okay.
So there's another marketing concept, but a very first principles concept. I'll dumb it down so that it becomes very easy to everybody. At the end of the day, if I'm selling something for 1,000 rupees, and I want every month I want 1 lakh rupees as my, if it is, that's what I'm spending for my company. That means I need 100 people paying me 1,000 rupees.
Okay.
That's the business, right? So now the goal is, how do I get this 100 people? My 1,000 is decided because my engineers have built it. I'm paying salaries.
Yeah.
So now how do I get this 100? These 100 are not available readily for you to go. They're all across in the market. Now what we do is, like, we try to figure. So that's what funnel. When I say funnel, if I'm doing a social media campaign, let's take social media as one of the things where, okay, I'm doing a campaign where I'm trying to sell this product at a 20% discount this month. I'm going to do a post. So people will start liking me. So that's your top of the funnel. So there, in the funnel, there's something called top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. So we try to pour as many people as possible at the top, so that they at least are interested and they're not going to buy. So for me to get 100 here, in some businesses it may take 10,000 people at the top. For some business it may take 500 people at the top. But out of those 10,000, now once they are there, now I'm going to go more target, personalized to you and say, you have this problem. You need to solve this problem. Let me help you solve this problem. This is how you're going to solve this problem. Then they kind of subscribe to you. Then they come into your own small cohort. Then you start engaging with them. And then from there, from 10,000, let's say 500 people or 5,000 people have come into this part. Now for this 5,000, you have to have a different type of marketing message. Now from there comes your 1,000. So for every 1,000, you need to have 10,000 more. Yeah. So marketing's job is to ensure, how do I get those 10,000 people? Every 10,000 is getting me 1,000. So how do I get 10,000? Because the world is 8 billion people. Online there are 4.2 billion people. India there are 1.8 billion people. So marketing strategies are all about, how do I get it? So then I need to understand your target audience. Okay, my target audience are all professionals or working women. Okay, working women. Working women may not be there, may be there in Facebook. They may not be there here. Okay, if they're in Facebook, Facebook has 1.2 billion people, out of which 40% are women. Then once you do that ratios, then you get your segment.
Right.
And that segment you start bombarding. So marketing is to get people there. For that you need content. Once they come here, then your sales comes into picture. Personalization comes into picture. Then they start throwing salespeople at you to see based on the margins. So what we do in Raava is, at every level, we try to help you create content, because ultimately it's a content game. So what we don't realize is, even a sales guy needs a collateral.
Yeah.
A marketing person anyways needs a sales. But the funny thing, I didn't realize it until I came to my second startup. We are selling, we ourselves, we think that we are only selling it to our customers for which I need a marketing team. No. I'm selling my company to my potential next guy who is coming to my company. I'm hiring that guy. I have to, he has multiple options. Supposedly I want to attract smart talent, and everybody that want to attract that guy. So I have to go talk to him and attract him also. No, that means there's some kind of a marketing that I need to do about my brand, my website. So that is marketing. So somebody has to do that. Fundraising. funding.
That's the biggest point.
At this stage, that's the biggest point. That is marketing. One way or the other, what is an investor looking? He wants to understand your business so that he can give you a second appointment.
Okay.
Most of the people fail to get the second appointment because they didn't articulate their company in a very...
That also you're going to help.
Exactly. That is also marketing, right? One way or the
Okay.
other. So marketing is not about just selling to customers. Marketing is about conveying
But
you.
in 9 months, how many people you
So
have
in
dealt till now?
In total, 86 people are there. 86 people are...
But has to come. But till now, nothing.
12 people.
12 people
Yes,
you have worked
yes,
on.
yes, 12
Their
people
life
are
have
working.
changed.
Yes.
Okay.
And slowly the numbers also will come out. So now because we're impacting their
Growing.
lives slowly. So
But
it's gonna
what
come
was
out.
your investment as you
So in
started
total,
with this?
roughly, we are touching that 1 crore number.
No,
that we have
first,
spent.
how much you money invested
Oh,
in your second startup?
40 lakhs is what I put.
In 9 months, how much? It's gone slap up?
It will. It will. Pretty soon it will.
Okay.
Pretty
so
soon.
the graph is going up only.
Has to. See, one good thing about this is, in startup world, there's something called product market fit. So, whatever product you're making, and there's a market for it, and if there is a fit for it, you don't have to worry. The money will...
So, but you think in India, you are the only startup who's giving this
I would
kind of
not say
potential?
I'm the only one, but I want to say I will be in the top 10.
Okay.
Top 10, when I say, hey, we're focusing more on startups, then it comes to top 5.
Okay.
When I say in Hyderabad or in Andhra, Telangana, I would be in the top 2.
Okay.
When I say in Hyderabad, I would be the top 1.
Okay.
And Hyderabad has got thousands of startups. This building has got 400 startups.
Yeah. So outsiders also you can
Yeah.
get in touch.
Oh, right now, out of this 86 startups that I'm saying, these are across the geography. It's not just in Hyderabad.
All over the world. because
Exactly.
in
So Sudha, my
countries-
co-founder, she's in San Francisco. So yesterday night we presented to one of our clients
Okay.
in US. Super excited. When are we going to get? I said, please give us some more time.
Wow. So this is working a lot.
It is. There's a very fundamental problem. We are all, hey, humans are good at building because we have the muscle power.
I think the startup will get a motivation boost also after
Oh,
knowing this. Okay, we
that is
will
such
not
a-
going to fail because there's so many good ideas get dropped because oh my god, if we get failed, how are we gonna survive? You know, people have good kind of ideas, but the background financially, morally, you know, especially the financial part.
Absolutely. And you hit on such an important point. See, startups at a point are also, it's an emotional journey for the startup founder.
That's very important.
And when me and my co-founder, when we talk about like, hey, it's not just about the money part, there's an impact also that you
yes,
create, right?
yes.
Imagine for a guy who has spent his 6 months to 9 months to 10 months with his own money doing all this thing, if Rava can help him get the first 5 customers, first 10 customers,
That's
that
a great
is an
journey.
how much boost
Motivation.
it will be. Now multiply that by...
And especially person who's getting, let me close my startup and then you do something for him.
Exactly.
That's a big victory, I think.
And that is a dent that we want to make in whichever way possible to whoever...
I think the end up of startup also so much is happening. The way it's growing, then end also comes. So
It
I
will
think
come.
that graph has to get down.
Has to come. And I was also not appreciating the power of marketing until I got thick and thin into this part. See, what marketing as a thing does is like, it makes you from the inside very irrelevant. It's not you or your product, yeah. It's the customer, his problem, his pain in his context.
Yeah.
The moment you start forgetting about yourself and start looking at the customer and his context, you are empathizing with them. So it's an empathy.
Yeah.
One way or the other, right? Now you go and say that, hey, this is going to help you. It's not about the product anymore. It's about, hey, in your system, it's going to fit. And marketing helps you get that clarity. Because the questions that it asks are very fundamental
Nowadays
questions.
we see a lot of videos, you know, marketing people are making. Or finance, one person, he's a CA, he's making a video to tell how to do the right kind of investments.
Yes.
How you see giving a competition to these kind of people who are professionally doing it and then you're coming into that?
See, my take on this is like, it's in economics, there's something called zero-sum game. So when I say zero-sum game, if you get it, I don't get it because the pie is too small. But this is not that kind of a game. See, everybody is trying to sell one thing or the other. But whatever the influencers, they can't reach everybody, right? So the market is too big and it's going to be, I'll give you some numbers actually. 23 lakh companies are there in India, okay? Out of which information technology, IT side of things is around 8 lakh companies. 8 lakh companies, out of which 1.2 lakh are startups. So these 1.2 lakh startups, I'm very confident that 90% of them don't even have a marketing kind of a thing. So how much ever influencers these people are coming, it still doesn't cater to the whole set of things, right? You start. So
they're dependent on influencers
and that is not wrong, because in a blind world, a single-eyed person is a king.
True.
So that means that it doesn't show the impact of the influencer. It shows the lack of awareness and so vulnerable are the people that they don't have any information about marketing. That's why they're latching on to whoever is providing the information.
Marketing.
But what we want to do is, like, we don't want to give gyan. We want to practicalize it from day zero.
And show the results.
2 minutes, if you can get to an answer to question.
That's more than enough. You get a clarity.
I ensured your future basically by
in
not
2
going
minutes.
in 2 minutes. And then helping you on the next level.
So we just wanted, it's a very interesting journey we had to, while talking to you. So I just want you to end up by telling me the 3 important points that you're focused and you'll be different and one should come and collaborate with you.
Absolutely.
The 3 things you can talk.
Absolutely. See, everybody is trying to think that GPT is going to solve the problem of marketing. But what GPT doesn't have, GPT can do a great job on write a blog post, but it doesn't know about you, the personalization. It doesn't know about you, it doesn't know about your customer. So what we are specialized in is, like, we are also leveraging LLMs only, but we are specialized in personalization. We help you deep rooted in the personal aspects of it, so it becomes more emotional.
And can go long journeys.
Can go long journeys, kind of a thing. One. Second, from day zero, we're focused on ROI. It's not that you spend money and results come, we are optimized ourselves to show results. So we are successful when you see some numbers going up somewhere about you that you couldn't see before. So there's personalization. So if you come to me, and if in a month, denominator you have how many followers you got last month versus now,
you'll show the difference.
Has to know, or else what's the purpose of it?
How economically wise it will work for you and for the person who comes to you?
There is huge money in this. Honestly, people, we are in that misconception that people don't pay. People don't pay only because there's no connection between what I'm giving versus what I'm getting. The moment there's a connection between the value created and value captured, then people will pay. There's no economy, supply demand, right?
Yes,
ultimately.
yes.
So one is personalization, second is ROI. Third and very important piece is everybody selling we are making selling irrelevant. You focus on what you're passionate about.
Okay.
Whatever that is.
Don't get dead.
Don't get dead, and don't get bogged down by not able to go to the market.
Yes.
Let us solve that problem for you. Hey, we are also a startup. We are ambitious, but if I have to put it into 3 pillars, these are the 3 pillars, and these are the 3 first principles that we want to master and keep going towards.
I think it will really going to push so many startups in the future.
Yeah, at least we are passionate about it.
India is number 1 of next for being a startup, and especially Hyderabad. Started, so the great initiative
10,000 startups in 2 years or 3 years, if we can help. 10,000 startups.
It should go long journey. It should not start kiya aur chhod diya.
10 first customers will change the game of an entrepreneur in terms of his journey.
That's more
first
important.
10 customers.
That's more important.
How can we help them get there?
So I think more entrepreneurship, more leaders coming up by the creators. Absolutely. So that's a great initiative. I must say that's a great Raava.ai. I love the name Raava first of all.
Thank you.
So thank you so much sharing your journey and doing great things for the economy boost and all the startups who wanted to be something, and sometimes they get dead, for something. So there will be all alive, I must say. So
I want them to.
Yeah, so after 1 year, I will also come to you and ask you, okay, so what's the update? How many lives have changed?
Yes.
So that's more important, life changing. And for more updates, keep watching iDream. Till then, goodbye.